Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to talk to you about some different basketball plays and strategies that you can use if you're coaching a team that is unable to shoot the basketball very well. So let's get down to the clipboard and I'll show you a couple of plays really quickly and give you a few strategies as well. So first off, if your team is unable to shoot three-point shots, obviously, you want to get nice, close, easy layups, but that's not always the case. So let me show you a couple of quick plays that you can run. So these first plays are going to be up against a man-to-man defense, as we see here. Now, first we're going to be having player 4 set a screen for player 1, and at the exact same time, we're going to be having player 5 set a back screen for player 3. Now, what's going to be happening? Player 3 is going to be cutting towards the rim, and player 1 is going to be dribbling the ball out towards this side. He could even be driving in and cutting in towards the rim as well, and I would actually prefer that if it's against it or with a team that is unable to shoot from distance. So we could have a quick layup from player 1. We can also have an assist by player 1 for player 3 to get an easy layup. Now, if they call switch, the one thing that you're going to be seeing is player 3 will be covered, in which case player 1 needs to drive the ball towards the rim, pull up for a close shot, or do a floater. One of those three things. However, this is a nice quick play that you can run with your team, and if you want to get quick, easy shots and close baskets, this is the play to run. This next play is also another play to run as well, and this next play works against a zone as well as a man defense. So I'll show you it very quickly against a man-to-man defense. I've shown this play quite a few times, actually. It's just a quick, simple pass and screen. Screen for the player that you're passing to. Player 4 is going to use that screen, and he could take that shot, but of course, that's a very long-distance shot. So if they switch, we could have player 1 rolling off. Whether or not they're switching, he could be open for a pass and a layup. And then we also have player 3 who is filling in player 1's or player 4's old position. And if player 1 doesn't get that ball, we can look at a couple of different options. So player 1 could pop back out to here, and we could set up the 5 out again. Or what we could have is player 1, he could go and set a screen for player 2. Player 2 could be cutting towards the rim, and make sure, like, once he gets underneath, if not just past the rim, passing the ball, because then he would have himself a nice easy layup. Now, if neither of these players are open, then player 2 can pop out, player 1 pops out, and now we can run another 5-out basketball play. It's a simple motion, but we've added in a couple of extra moves. Instead of it just being a simple screen, roll, fill, 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 now we're adding in extra screens. We're adding in a back screen. We're adding in other things that will get us easy baskets. And that goes with pretty much any offense. You really have to read and react as to what the defense is giving you. So if you're setting a lot of back screens and they start cheating, well, guess what? Don't set that back screen, cut towards the rim, and have your hand up for that layup. Many different options there. But let's get down and let's run this same play against a zone defense and see what happens. Okay, so we have a zone defense. We're going to be passing over to player 3. That's going to draw player 1 over, and we're going to have player 4 set a screen on player 1. Player 3 is going to use that screen, and player 4 can be rolling towards the basket. Now, when he's rolling towards the basket, we want to hit him up in the high post area, because that's going to collapse the defense. And if the defense collapses on him, we may have backdoor, and especially if your team's younger, then that's really a really good option. However, if they don't collapse, just player 5, let's say, collapses, we can have player 4 set a screen away, and then what I would really like to have is player 2 coming towards the high post. I know this is not part of the last play, but again, read and react, because now what's going to happen is player 1 is going to be cutting towards the rim. If we can get that ball to player 2, well, now it's going to be collapsing player 5 up, and if not, also player 4. And now we can have a high to low pass, like I was mentioning in many of my other videos. High to low passes against a zone defense will help you score an absolute ton of baskets. So here we have a 2-3 zone once again. Now, what I want to see happen is I want to have player 5 to go and cut down towards the low post. I want to have player 2 cut across and get the ball in that high post, because that's going to be drawing player 5 up and could be drawing player 3 down. Now, if player 2 is able to pass to player 5, then that's going to be an easy layup. However, if he can't, and he can pass out to player 3, which pulls player 3 red up, and now we can have a pass down to player 5, which then draws the defense in, and then we could be having player 5 pass the ball back to player 2 in the middle of the key for a nice floater. There's a couple of different options there, but it's just a quick, simple set play, or more or less a strategy that you can use against a zone to get nice, close, easy baskets. We actually seen the Raptors use this a little while ago against the Orlando Magic when the Magic were running a 2-3 zone against them. So basically, if your players cannot shoot from distance, obviously you want to have them shoot closer, and these plays are going to be able to help you do that. Something else that you might really want to try out is my Unbeatable Basketball Defense book. Make sure to go check that out in the link in the description. Basically, it's a double team from the free throw line and below, and really hurts a lot of teams who are trying to do what you're doing. If you can't shoot the ball, and many other teams can't shoot the ball, they're going to be trying to get it in the paint, and that defense definitely stops that. So make sure to go check that out, because the Unbeatable Basketball Defense covers everything, double team, free throw line and below, and does not leave anything open.